right, so I think we have spoken enough about this issue of
Tribe in
marriage
marriage
and all that.
yes.
There is another important topic we would like to touch, which is the role of money matters in marriage. And money, they say, is the root of all evil.
That money
is the love of money.
It's very important.
So how does it work? Let's look at this.
Well, let's start from this. There is no lady that wants to marry a man that does not have money. Why are we observing 3 moments?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And as a matter of fact, I feel that's the reason why some ladies are still single, because they believe that a man should be able to cater for. He said man provide for your. How did the Bible put it?
How did that cannot
provide for his boys that are infidel?
Is that really true?
Man, okay.
That's not what that place.
Oh yeah, say it.
A man that cannot provide for his relatives.
Relative care.
Yes, especially.
Maybe you are reading KJV, I mean
any
NIV.
version that you like, look for it. A man that cannot provide for his relatives, especially those of his household, has lost faith or is worse than an infidel.
So it's not. They don't provide. His wife is his relative. His wife is his relative.
I intentionally brought that up.
Okay.
You know, because I know people who omit that aspect.
Yes.
So
it's not only the immediate family.
No, it's not only. I want to limit it to at least your parents. You know.
All right. So I believe that any man that wants to propose to a woman should have money in his account, or else please don't come, because when money is not there, the heights will clear.
Well, if you ask me, they say 3 things actually may affect marriages. 3 major things: communication, sex, and marriage. Now, communication,
and
sex,
money.
and money. But for this money issue, I think that there should be a money conversation. So people, wealth can be grown, wealth can be built.
Yeah.
So let's assume that the person you want to marry as a lady doesn't have as much as you want. But you know that if we work together, we can build wealth and have as much as we want. There's nothing wrong with that. And then, as it is
What
again,
kind of laugh is that?
as it is again, everything should not be so centered around money. So what I mean is the love of money.
Is the root of all
Let me have the money first. What's your own? Is it your
Queen
evil?
B.
Is it your evil?
As the single lady. Yes.
Is it
What do you think about this matter?
Well, she said something at first.
Please back me up, before I disown you.
There are some things I'll back you up on.
Hey.
No,
Yes.
I will not be biased.
Hey, I will not.
So, as a lady, of course, women love money.
They love good things.
You get.
Fine things. They
We
will
love
like.
to be,
Yeah.
we love to be pampered. We love to be
we love to
taken
be
care
gifted,
of.
taken care of.
You understand? But gone are those days that women, or should I say ladies, depends on guys. That, if he doesn't have money, he won't get married. You just, later on, at the end of the day, you just grow Methuselah.
Child Queen B.
Because I believe...
Queen B, after now, just know that you are going to...
No! See, okay, I'm speaking from my own perspective. I don't know about others, yes. There might be, if he doesn't have a Range Rover, if he doesn't have a Ferrari,
I don't even want a Ferrari.
If he doesn't have 1 billion in his account, my sister, please, how much do you have in your account?
That
is the question. No, I have to be sincere.
I don't have money in my wallet.
How much do you have in your account? Okay, if a guy should walk up to me, ask me out, there are some questions I will throw to him.
Hey.
That I will see, okay, is he up to, okay, if at all, if he's not earning much, okay, if I should bring with his own, we can do something together.
There's somebody on the screen.
Yeah.
That is
Your
your weight is
mind now.
No, sincerely
there is
speaking,
somebody watching us right now. Your weight.
So what I say is wrong.
Queen B, to support.
I think at this moment I need to remove my glasses. So
Serious matter. Money matter.
You get, so these ladies need. I'm speaking to the ladies now, because ladies or women need to wake up from, I can't marry a guy that does not have money. Okay, money in the sense that maybe you have billions, you have trillions in your account.
You don't have
but
to
for the fact that this guy has future,
Who future help? Who future help?
if even with the future you have plans, it's not about in 5 years
Can you marry
time,
somebody that
hold
does not
on
have
now, hold
anything?
on
Can you
NJ,
have-
hold on NJ.
Okay.
It's not future in the sense that don't worry, I promise you in the next 5 years. That is not what we are talking about. Have something, what you have, that makes the future manifest. What you have at
Sorry,
hand.
Pastor Mrs. Well done.
There is
ma.
not really, oh, NJ, no, none of this. You understand? Now, okay, I have a job, I have a skill, he has a job, probably a skill. You understand? We can, okay, let's sit together, let's talk together. Okay, what can you
Let's
do?
plan together.
Let's plan together.
Let's grow
Let's
together.
rub minds.
Let's
think
rub
I'm
minds
the only lady.
together.
You get, let's rub minds.
Maybe
Yeah,
to,
papi.
to support what you have said,
Yeah.
I think ladies should look out for men that are financially intelligent, because a man can have money now and does not have money intelligence, and the next 1 year money has finished.
Yes.
A man that can invest and build
Money
wealth,
has
Exactly.
wings.
money can disappear.
Money comes
and
and
not panic
goes.
again.
Why
See me.
going to me?
Money
Naturally-
comes and goes. Exactly.
naturally for me,
Yeah.
I like when women are financially independent. They have their money.
And me, I like
they-
women
they
are
can do
financially
stuff.
independent.
And
Women
see,
are naturally
and-
independent.
see,
You are wired
I
to
like
be
a
independent.
wife.
Some
why we
women
need
don't
Independent
know.
or dependent? Which of the two are you?
Independent ni. Yes.
And for me,
And we
Yes.
don't have problem now. You gain your independence, let me gain my independence.
No,
Outside.
even regardless of that, our independence, we need you to independent us.
No, that is not. That's to. Should I say compliment?
To compliment us,
Yes,
no.
to compliment.
Eh,
So,
but-
so if I want to agree with you a little,
No, please do.
I personally don't think that any man who has nothing doing has any business with
Getting
marriage.
married,
You should
yeah.
not even think about it.
I don't think so. And I agree with her as well that the man needs, all a woman needs is prospect. That's the summary
Yeah.
that I get from what you are trying to say. Prospect, the future.
yeah.
And a woman that is over demanding or has too high expectation, we have some of them like that.
Sure.
You see them waiting and waiting and waiting forever. So as much as I don't believe that a woman should have a prospect in a man, a woman should have, it's a pride of a woman if she collects from her husband.
Yeah.
And from my own
We love it
experience,
so
Pride of an African woman.
We love it so much.
Yeah.
We love
We
it.
love it. I don't like
We
me
love
now.
it.
No matter the money I will have, I don't want to spend my money. I want to spend my husband's money.
from my experience, even women, it is our pride to take care of our wives.
Oh shit.
It is our pride.
Right,
So
sir.
a man that does not have so much or sufficiently
Yeah.
in himself, if there is no woman to encourage such a man, he's not happy himself.
Don't worry, give me
No,
money for. Don't worry,
You
I'll
understand?
spoil
So
you.
what I'm saying is that, in essence, what I'm saying is a man should have something doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be a problem if the woman is higher than the man financially. It shouldn't be. Some women are like that. They set a yardstick that
I think that's another topic.
Yes,
Yes,
because
that we have
some
to-
men.
Don't let us open
Okay,
that.
we should
that
not open
that-
that.
Yes,
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 not
yes,
yet.
yes.
Okay.
Ends more than the man.
So I think summarily, a man should be employed before thinking about marriage. Because you should have the mindset of taking care of your wife first, then your children will come. We talked about relatives, that you don't marry and think you are only married to that woman. Even your relatives, at times you have to take care of them, right?
Yeah.
So a man should be financially independent also.
Yeah.
So,
At least it's
what I hear you
sort
say
of-
is that a man should have a level of financial stability.
Stability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
you can get
Because
married.
that's how
Yes.
you
Have
need
a
to
Stability
stable flow
does
of
not
income.
mean so much money.
Not
No,
so much.
Stable.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
stable.
stable.
A good
At least
flow
a
of
stable
income.
income.
because women are
Stable.
naturally
Stable income.
we are very funny in nature.
Yeah, stable income.
For you to get our respect and that's why they say women love you. I mean, husband love your wife and women respect your husband. According to how the Bible puts it, because Bible knows that women have the capacity to be very, very ahead of themselves, disrespectful. So we need something that puts us, that calls us to order. Okay, as much as I sound very controversial, I don't always like the fact that you marry a man based on what he has, because if that is your yardstick, one day too soon, everything is going to go to extinction. I've seen cases of women who marry a man because of what they have, and by the time they enter into that marriage, it is today gbas gbos, tomorrow gbos gbas, and that's, and they can't come out and say this is what I'm going through. But somebody will say, I rather laugh in money, I rather cry in money than laugh in penury, in poverty.
I would rather cry in a Bentley.
Yeah, I rather cry in a Bentley
than laughing in
but you know what? The way men are naturally wired, they are egoistic, and if it's not forthcoming from them and it's coming from their wives, it has a way of downing their confidence. So that is why, whether the woman is even pompous or not, by default, men feels that their wives are trying to raise their shoulders because they have one of them. So in this financing of home, I feel that it can't be totally, it can't be entire, like every man will be in that position or in that space. But I just feel like it is just very expedient for men to have that edge over their wives. There will be times where it is a little bit rocky and shaky. Every family goes through that. But I just feel that in financing the home, it should be mutual. It should be from the both of them. And I think more from the husband side, so that, you can have that. Because women, let's say 80% of women, we are just that funny go. Women are in that area for so we need that man too.
There are two things that we have said now.
Okay.
You talked about Papi Sam and Mr. Sheyi talked about the man having something doing, and stability.
Yeah.
All right. And you talked about having an edge. They are related and different.
Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that you have stability today does not mean you can withstand the economic turbulence of tomorrow. Nobody knew Nigeria would become this expensive. When I got married, a bag of rice was less than 5,500 naira.
I wish I could just
a bag of rice,
50
kg was less than 5,500. I can see the expression of someone. I bought that bag of rice once upon a time. When rice became 13,000, it was like a big deal. Something big had happened. I never knew that not long after then, we will buy a bag of rice for 100,000 or even for more. I didn't know that time would come this soon. So what I'm trying to say is that, just imagine getting married when a bag of rice was 5,000 naira. You find yourself in a situation where a bag of rice is now 120,000 naira. What do you do at that point in time? The stability of yesterday is not sufficient anymore. Where I'm taking that conversation to is the fact that, yes, one thing that women, everybody like it, especially our sis. I like to be spoiled, I like to be pampered, I like this. Are we going to eat it all up now, man? Nah. Are we going to eat everything all up?
Not
so
at all.
When inflation catches up with our income, what happens then? We have to cultivate the mindset of growing whatever we have
Exactly.
now. Whatever we are having now. Did you know that Nigeria is such a funny country? India is a country where you can buy, we now buy a car for 2 million naira or 3 million naira some years ago, and that car is more than 10 million naira now. A used car is supposed to become, should have lost the value, but it's gaining value in Nigeria because of inflation. That shows that if you use your money to tie, I'm just using that car thing, as an example, a funny one. But then, I'm saying that you should begin to think of how to tie down something valuable with your money.
Investment.
It's not just about, a friend told me something, it's like 15 years ago. We were coming back from work. I was in their car. And he said what happened to him. So he was going to a place very far from Ikeja. So everybody would think, why are you living that far? You know, your mates are living in choice areas of Lagos, parts of Lagos. And he said there used to be some people living in their boys' quarter. They were all, tenants in the apartment. They were living in the big house. The boys' BK was rented out to this family. That every summer, they go on holiday to the UK. When they come back, they buy souvenir for their neighbors, and they give them. So it had been going on year 1, year 2, year 3. After year 3, these other people just came and gave them invitation, came to invite them that they were doing housewarming. All right, so they were, husband and wife were looking at each other like, how possible that these people have built a house and we are here, we don't even have a parcel of land.
Wow.
So immediately they made a plan that they are going to stop their summer holidays for the next few years, and they are going to convert the money into starting their
meaningful, profitable.
Exactly. So that is it. You can spend your money every weekend. Every Saturday is time to go, to go out, go to the shopping mall, spend all the money, the little money that you have. You don't even have. Maybe at that time you are just coming up, and you are just blowing everything up. So where is the future? For me, I think, like we said, that a lot of you mentioned talking, you ask questions and all of that.
Yeah.
That it's not about all the money that the guy has right now.
Yeah.
The guy may not have a lot.
Exactly.
But when you speak to someone that has a future,
you will know.
Definitely.
But do you know that type of guy is usually boring to most people?
Because you are not coming with fire. You are not giving butterfly in my stomach.
I don't know.
By the time
If I'm not giving you
butterfly
in my
now,
tummy,
what will that fly later on? By the time the
you
butterfly
can't
start
be a
flying,
geek
fly
and
later on?
still give me fire.
We are not talking about being a geek now. We are talking about the fact that you are a man has to be able to. I think one of the things that it means to be a man is that you have to be the brain for the family.
Exactly.
I don't mean you are the only one that has a brain in the family, but you have to be the one that always think ahead.
Ahead.
My
children, like 10
children,
steps ahead of.
if I have a child who becomes an engineer, what kind of engineer do I want to produce? Do I want to produce an engineer that repairs, or I want to produce an engineer that builds the aeroplane? So because the way you will raise is going to affect the kind of investment that you make in put into your children's education. An uncle once told me, when he was still working, he was a salary earner. They didn't have build a house because the school where he put all his children was so expensive, and when these children get back home, the wife decided not to work, so that she was a full-time housewife, but she was always ready. Once the kids come back from school, she's doing the coaching for them till the point where they started doing more advanced stuff that she could no longer handle. She had a good job. She actually had a good job. She left it to take care of the children. Now, what happens? Those children grew up quickly. They grew up quickly in the sense that their first daughter passed WAEC at 15. She could not get into the university.
Because of the age.
Did you know how she passed WAEC? She had 8 A1s.
Wow.
So it's not like she managed to pass. No, she actually passed WAEC with 8 A1s. She did mathematics competition, and she came best in Nigeria and best in Africa in mathematics before 15. So because she could not get into Unilag, they had to send her to the United States, where she went to read accounting mathematics, accounting major, mathematics minor. Yes, and today she's a senior manager for PwC, one of the big four companies, consultancy company. And you see boys, she's not very tall, but you see big boys running after her. And that a man it was a decision. They did not wear expensive shoes.
Exactly.
They were putting money into the education. Somebody has to think about it and discuss it, because if it is time to buy a new car and you are making enough money to do it and you are not buying it, your wife will complain. So you have to sit down and say, this is what I'm thinking. I think this is a better investment that we have to do. But everybody today, you want to go to the cinema every weekend at every
Vacation,
public holiday, vacation and everything. You
Because
spend
we
the
love
money
to
that
be
you don't have.
pampered and be taken care of.
Yeah, don't eat your future.
Exactly.
You have to, when you are getting married, marry a man that has future, not for the now.
Yes.
And also, when
Later.
you get into that marriage, don't eat your future. You know,
Exactly.
I like to cite this personal example. When I got married, we were so poor that when when you finish eating eba and you have small stew remaining, my wife will carry it. She will not allow me. I want to lick it. She will not allow me to lick it.
Yes, of the next day.
We had this very small pot. That pot is like this. Small pot, a pot. She will just she will
Add
put
water,
everything, add water. We use it to eat rice the following morning.
That's it.
I mean, I really did not deserve to, I don't know. I had some plans though. I had plans. I did wedding and everything just scattered. And we got married. And I was now full of ideas. I will do this, I will do that. She will just be looking at me like this. There's no food in the house. I will do this. Every day when I sleep and I wake up, I will sleep on an idea. I will wake up on another one. She kept listening. I will talk and run all the ideas. And the ideas will change overnight. And I will come back to her and she will just say, okay, God will help you. Okay, all right, let's do it. Yes, it sounds like a brilliant one. At times she doesn't understand half of what I have said. But she just keep giving me, moral support. And I mean, if it were to be by the standard of today, she would have left the marriage before 6 months.
Exactly.
Because man, this was not what you promised when we were starting this.
Marriage is for better, for worse. For richer, for poorer.
But that poorer is only for richer.
Sorry to cut in. Sorry to cut in.
Sir.
Okay.
Right now, marriage looks like for better for stay, for worse for go.
Yes.
For better, for stay.
For worse for go.
How does someone live a marriage in 1 month?
Is that confession that you just said that is for richer for poorer? Somebody wrote it too, so you can rewrite it. For richer, for richer.
For richer, for richer. In short, prosperity will stand.
A preacher once said,
someone wrote it. Then you can rewrite it.
Wait. From the experience he just shared with us, he just shared an experience nobody wants to go through. I mean, after finishing eating, you can't even lick your soup. That's an experience. But today, sir, you can attest to the fact that today it's
the Lord has blessed you.
The Lord has done it.
Finally.
Finally. The Lord has done it.
So what we are saying is, if you get married to someone because of their money, I think you mentioned it.
Yes.
We have had stories.
Yeah.
I married someone because he's a millionaire, and after the wedding, everything just crumbled. So, that woman is likely going to run away from that marriage.
Yes, sir.
But if you marry someone because you love that person, because you see a future with that person, even let all the money go. You people will come together and you pick up. You come back.
Yes.
You even pick up faster.
So when we say
no, it may not be fast.
In the sense that not very quickly, but my own faster.
Like two working together. Two good heads working
one.
together.
Yeah, that's what I mean by faster.
One says 1,000, two says 10,000.
Exactly. So what we are saying is, when we say for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, we are saying that when the tides are a bit contrary, you are still committed to the marriage. From his experience, he told us how the wife was always supporting her. Another woman, an extravagant woman or an impatient woman, will not wait. So marriage requires commitment. Commitment that come what may, this marriage must work, and it's not because of money.
So let's now look at it from the point of view. What if the husband is not working?
Wait of pay.
Let's just
from the onset.
Okay, so this is not all about me, but something happened to me.
Okay.
So I had a job, then a courtship. Somewhere along the line, I decided to float my own business, and I thought I had everything figured out. Everything started working. Of a truth, I didn't know that I only knew a few people. After when you finish collecting project from all the few people, you know, you now realize that there's a lot of work that you have to. So I use this small money to do wedding. At the end of wedding, my eyes, I can see clearly now. You know, I could see clearly. The rain was gone, and I looked, there was no money. You know, as a matter of fact, you know what we did? There was a poly bag where people sprayed us money. We put the money. We sat down, we counted all the money. It was 17,000 something.
And that's a lot of money there.
Well, yeah, so we started from there. We started spending that money. And it got to a point, the money remained 200 naira. So the money was over. Then I said, my wife, but I saw one of your uncles. He gave you money and you put it inside your small purse that day. That what about that one? She said it's true. She went to carry the purse. We counted maybe 10 or 15,000 from that purse. We started spending that until it finished. When everything finished, then we started looking at each other and improvising. But the point I'm making is that I had everything all figured out. But then everything just crumbled, and every day I keep racking my head, what else am I going to do? So for some time, it was almost like I was not working. So what happens when a man is not working and now he has to pay bills? He's married, of course. So what happens?
Sorry,
you should put the marriage on hold.
No, in that case, like, should I say preacher? Or I don't know. I think I heard someone once said that if you are getting married to a woman and you are the man here, if your woman is earning a naira, train her to the level of 100. If she's earning 100, train her to the level of 1,000. If she's earning 1,000, train her to the level of millions.
Is it so easy to train?
No. Yeah, I know it's not really easy, because now in this sense that now the man loses his job and now he has to pay the bills. Now for the fact that at least he has trained the wife to a level. Are you getting me? To a level, at least with understanding and yes, love. She can, for the main time, not that at least the husband is that I have to, you are making money, I don't have job, but yeah, you do the payment. No. She can cover up in that aspect.
What if the woman is a full housewife?
I think it's part we say that people should have multiple sources of income. So the fact that you have a 9 to 5 doesn't mean you can have a small business.
Also, a multiple source of income when you are 27 years and you are getting married. Do you have multiple source of income?
So
at
what
that time?
I would say that being financially intelligent starts way before the marriage comes.
Before the marriage, exactly.
So I know that, okay, even if I'm getting married, this is what we can have with this limit.
Draft out the plans.
I won't be pressured to let me spend this one, spend this, and then after a wedding, what will I eat? I remember when we were getting married, people were saying stuff like that. After marriage, I wanted a small wedding naturally. All those fiasco, those drama or something like that. They just
have to celebrate, man.
Because I was
particular
about
parents.
Like I'll tell my babe, now my wife, then I was telling her that what happens when everybody's gone, the party's over. And then we sat down, we had that conversation. So at least I was like, at least so comfortably, like 3 years after marriage, we should still be comfortable. We still have a few things to look out for, you know, and then we now keep building the world. We had that conversation. So being financially intelligent in marriage starts way before the wedding.
The wedding.
Conversations that you have, what you want to do, and don't be pressured into what you see on social media, what it looks like, anything.
Fantastic.
You can have a small wedding. Maybe when you become a billionaire, like you see on social media, you can rehab your wedding. That's fantastic. But then again, just like you say, cut your coat according to your material, not your size.
That's your size.
According to your
I think beyond the wedding, because the wedding is usually 1 or 2 or 3 days.
Yes.
If you like 7 days, there's a culture where it's like, it could be longer. But you know what? The wedding is always for a time-boxed period.
Exactly.
It's just celebration.
The marriage
ceremony.
lingers on.
Yes.
There are times, when you are facing financial challenges, there are times you don't even know when it's going to come to an end. There are things, some of the things that, like, I can tell you, some of the things that we go through in life, if you have been married for quite some time, you will know that there are some problems that linger on for 7 years. There are problems that linger on for 10 years. Okay?
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at it from another angle, which is, first, I don't think to be a man or to be a woman is a crime.
It's not a crime.
So the fact that I'm a man does not mean I should die. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I think that if a man is truly responsible, but for some certain reasons beyond his control, things are not working financially at this point in time, that man should not be crucified. The woman should not keep demanding when there is nothing. I believe that the woman should also take some responsibilities. How? There are many ways of taking responsibility. We have talked about, depending on she too, we try to take care of some things. But if two people are putting maybe money to hand together to raise 300k to finance a family monthly, and now 200 is gone, you are left with 100. There is no amount of money that woman is bringing that will make things the same. You have to sit back and plan. We strategize. What are we cutting out? Before we use this body cream. This cream we have to adjust.
Ori is not expensive.
Exactly. Where we use this thing, maybe there is an alternative that we can get that will still work. We can as well get it. If we normally go out every Sunday after church,
but it's not sometimes to find some people are just used to one particular style of life.
That is it. So there is no money to do it. Do you want to carry it on?
That's why I say this thing a lot, even with my wife, that I think it's good, even if you are rich, to live a simple life.
Simple life is the best.
A simple life. I'll use this person as an example, Jeff Bezos. I read his book. I follow his story all the time. His house is about 10 minutes away from his office. He'll ride bicycle there. Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. In his office, he doesn't have a personal office. He sits where everybody sits. You don't even know that he's the owner of the office. The day they had issue with his delivery, he complained like everybody else, did the mail, threatened to sue them. They rectified it. You know, just like everybody else. Simple clothes, simple things. And you see how much they've been able to build wealth and the other things they build. And then he's trying to even teach his children to live a simple life. That way you'd even have peace. And you'll be fine. Even if you are wealthy, you're comfortable. And let's assume that something now happens, you would naturally be able to even adjust.
Yes.
Because it is when you now want to live the African kind of life. You know, everything. Sometimes I look at people in the Western world that are very wealthy. They live very simple. You don't even know what they have, what they are worth until you. Probably they now share it, you now know.
It's very on the individual differences. Because many of the richest people in America, they live on hectares of land. When you see where they live, it's like a whole town. It's like the whole of, half of Norway that one person lives. But then, I agree totally with you that, if you live a simple life, if things change, if anything changes,
nobody
doesn't make any difference.
Nobody will know.
It doesn't make any difference.
And you will not have to go and consult one Yahoo in Babalawo for them to go do money double for you.
He said, what does she want for her bed? He said she wants a statue. They should put it at the back of her house. I was thinking, if this woman was an African woman, you want a statue, you just put it around the bound. Very simple. When the guy came to Nigeria, maybe because he was going to meet the president. And it's their courtesy, he had to wear a suit, just normal shirt. Because I saw in the Yaba, normal grace, simple.
Yeah.
If we think that is the one who just walk past like normal people we see in Nigeria, simple life. And these people are doing well, they have money, they are comfortable. So I feel that.
I think it's our mentality here that we have to be flamboyant.
No, it's not just here. No, don't forget what I said. Most of the American millionaires live on hectares of land. Their houses is bigger than, it's like half of some small towns, that one person lives.
So that thing is, like you said, individual differences.
But then I like that lifestyle of being simple, especially when you are just coming up in life.
Exactly.
There are things that you don't need. Do you know how long I was praying to God? God, give me 650,000. I want to buy camera pencil light.
Jesus.
I prayed and prayed. I joined hands with my wife. We prayed and it did not happen. It did not happen. But now, every time I see Camry person, I always laugh. My first love. My first love. God did not allow me to buy this lifestyle. You know? So I'm just saying that there are many things that they are not really necessary. Let me tell you one funny joke. I know one day my wife is going to watch this and she's going to be laughing. So, I made a mistake. I rented a house in a very good place because I like a very quiet place. But the house was expensive. So, I bought clothes. My wife and I, we were always doing anko everywhere. And one of my in-laws looked at me and shook his head. I was like, okay, this place that you went to rent out, is it bike that the two of you will be wearing anko on bike? But you know, I told him, I said, I don't have money to buy a car. Of a truth, we will wear that and go. We sit on bike. She will be here at the front, I will be at the back. We stay there. At times, the breeze will be carrying my native. I will pad myself on the something. You know, I mean, simple lifestyle.
I think money has spirits. Money has
Money
spirits.
is a spirit itself.
So that spirit, in the sense that, okay, maybe I talk in thousands now, and all of a sudden, millions enter into my account. If I've not been trained,
my attitude will change, oh.
there's no way I won't misbehave.
My lifestyle will change.
Yeah, that's how they-
So we can excuse people.
By my money, you will know me.
We can excuse people who misbehave when that money comes. Just quote that excuse. Quote that excuse. What I'm saying is that the spirit behind the money is the driving force. So someone who had not been trained before, when that person bumps into money, that person may misbehave. Another thing I want us to talk about is influence in the marriage. You will see a lady who is modest, who is not that extravagant. Now, her husband, God has helped her husband, there is money now. Of course, maybe the friends now begin to change. The friends will now begin to influence.
Yes.
So again, in marriage relationship, we should be careful the kind of people we interact with. There shouldn't be competition. For the fact that your husband is able to buy you a Mercedes-Benz Jeep, and my own husband is not able to afford a RAV4 Jeep, should not be a problem. And you know, the minds of women is kind of fragile. Unlike women, I don't know whether that statement is correct. I stand to be corrected.
No, yeah.
So if and that's why some women will tell you, I don't like to keep too many female friends because I don't want to be influenced. If you are the type, you know that you can easily be influenced. It's better you keep your distance.
You see, this influence is a serious matter.
It's a serious matter.
You know, once upon a time, I take my kids to school, and I look at my car, and I'm just like, Mikael, what's going on here? All the cars dropping their kids here. My own car seems to be the most old school among them. So I'm just wondering that. I hope my children will not be depressed with the way this time. Everybody is dropping, their daddy is dropping them with better cars than my own, you know. I began to think, I must buy another car, you know. I began to think about it, and I said, this one is not complete yet. You know, that was how precious.
I experienced that in Abuja with my aunt. I think she took our children to school, and then I was on my way out, and then we went to get down next time. You see all these cars. You are in a car where if they start their car,
your car was on the road. Car walk on the road. It's not how
from the house here.
At least 4 times.
Those thoughts will come. But what you do with them is very essential.
Yeah.
As and when they come, do you repel them or do you embrace them? Do you let them dwell in your heart? And then you're going to have thoughts and dreams, and then at night you cannot sleep. Now you have to put up your wife.
Now be pressuring your husband.
Yes.
You now pressure yourself.
Not even the wife now. It's
mental
Mental
pressure.
health,
Even the wife now. You as a man, you now pressure yourself. I want to, and that's for me that's the greatest of all forms of pressures that can come, personal pressure.
Yeah, let's come back to this issue of the husband not working. So we have one of the things we have said today is that the wife can also support financially.
Yeah.
There can be a lifestyle adjustment.
And the man should
based on
actively be looking for a job and other source of income.
Yeah,
Not
so
just like
yeah,
because
it's not just
I'm not
feel
working,
relaxed.
I'm at the weight of
Yes.
pain. That guy there because
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
working.
exactly.
Because he wasn't actively doing something about do something about to look for a job. So as things you can do, business
Just
you
the
can do, when
wife
job
doing
will
the whole
come.
thing.
Even job is not coming, think what business can I do? What can I earn on daily basis that will bring some income to my
yeah.
one auntie, she's a businesswoman. She said that she prefers to look for a thing that will bring daily income. Even if it's supplying pure water to people's homes, it will bring daily income. At least in 1 week, in 2 weeks,
something.
in 1 month, something will keep coming. So don't just sit down and feel that's the end of the whole thing. There's nothing I can do. I'm cuckoo here. And as you are doing that, keep applying for a job. By the time job comes again, you can say, okay, this business, I don't want to leave it.
Leave it.
You know,
Side hustle.
structure it on the side, and then it keeps growing like that. But don't just sit down and feel like
I want to ask a question. Sorry,
Okay.
I agree with you 100% that there should be multiple streams of income.
yeah.
But is it that everybody is cut out for business? Why I'm asking this, some people are career people. A lecturer, for instance, all his life is to teach. If that person is not interested in doing
In any other
business,
thing, yes.
So for every career, there are value chains. So if you are a lecturer and I can't get a lecturing job, you can start with a lesson teacher job. Something
No,
Now,
it
if
is
you look
a
down the line of that teaching, you will see that there are options that you
There are
can
options.
take.
Yes, there
There are
was.
options.
so
Yes.
you are saying that everybody should have an option B apart
Yes.
from
No, it's not an option B. It's because option
like
B
side
is like
hustle.
something extra. I don't like to use the word side
Option.
hustle. Just to say that this is what I believe when it comes to this. Who taught us that work has to be 9 to 5? So this is what
Society.
it's not society. What I learned was that it was a slave mentality. It was designed by the colonial masters. So they own the banks, they own the businesses, and then we worked for them. So they designed it to keep some people in the sphere of the society.
Yes.
So you are workers. They make all the laws. They set your minimum wage. They set all the hours that you will work. When you finish working, you want to relax. You buy their products. They take back that money from you, the money that they have paid you, and you live your life in and out. So with that system, you actually cannot afford to buy a brand new car by yourself. You cannot afford to build a house. So they build a low housing estate and put you. So you still have to subscribe to it. They take back their money. So you want to buy a house, a car, you go to them again for car loan. So that's why some people that are older and wiser than small boys like me said that, you see, what you do after, number one, you cannot break through by working 9 to 5.
Exactly.
There is almost
100.
nobody that has a tangible breakthrough that works 9 to 5. I had to learn that the hard way. That is it. And the people around my life who really, really know me think I'm a workaholic. I'm not a workaholic. I've gotten to the point that 9 to 5 does not make sense to me again. So somebody now said, if your job is 9 to 5, you can do something for yourself after the 5. Take, for example, the lecturer that you talked about. He raised a very valid point. He said, if the lecturer, just on the spot, can have some lessons, create something that is teaching people outside, a lecturer is not allowed to take another full-time job.
Yeah.
But the guy can write a book.
Yes.
If he writes a book and the book sells very well, he can get his 1 year income, from one book and even much more.
Exactly.
In fact, the book, when he resigns from his job, he will soon
Something.
forget him. But that book can outlive him.
Yes.
So this thing is really about mind shift.
It's about mind shift. And I'm going to relate it to when a young man and a young lady are planning marriage. One of the things that they have to think about is, when it comes to money matters, is what is their financial goal? Are we comfortable just being being middle class or below middle class, and we just want to rent our apartment, live when we retire, we build something small and move into it as a retirement home. They need to define their financial goal. Our children will go to public universities, public schools, and everything, and this is how we are going to do it. Because I don't like an idea when you enter into the river and you say, I'm cold. No, you jump into it, and the cold water, just enjoy it. If we have decided that this is the way we are going, we will have a lot of time to play with. We will close 9 to 5, we will stay at home, we will be together, and we will watch Nollywood. We watch Nollywood. It is fine. This is the lifestyle we have chosen. It is also possible. I have an uncle who they decided to delay their wedding by 2 years because the guy said, I don't want to start. The man worked in the civil service. He's now retired. He's in his 60s now. He retired. He made sure he got a master's degree before joining civil service. So he started working with a master's. His promotion was so rapid. He had a leverage that others didn't have. In fact, anyway, so I'm just trying to say that part of the decision could be that, okay, do you, the woman in the question, how will you add value based on the trajectory that you want to follow? As a man, what do we need to do? All right, I still want to go to school, we can get married, but for the first maybe 5-10 years is going to be rough because I am juggling work with studies, and it's for our future. We have agreed on this. So at times, some people have had those kind of conversations. When you see them, you will envy them. You did not know the initial investment that they made. Because that lady, now, her husband is a student, a schoolboy. You are married to a schoolboy, a forever student. Your mates will make air. You don't have money to make air. You just keep doing, don't see. They are rubbing nice cream. You are wearing good shoes. You don't have money to do it. So other people we say bad things. We have to endure it because of the choice they have made. One day the returns will come. I believe that people have to. We cannot just mount pressure and say, oh, the man has to be this. Things change. Even the career, the job you are doing today, the technology can become obsolete.
Exactly.
You are a radio need today, and nobody is buying radio again. So what's going to happen to your future?
Everybody has radio on their phone.
On their phones, they now use internet. This guy has a shop where he sells CDs, and from that CD shop, he got married and is raising a family, and 3 children are in school, only for that technology to become obsolete. What happens next? Your financial goal has to be defined, and you have to nurture it. As you are nurturing your spiritual life, you nurture your financial life, and you also nurture your health.
As well. Very important.
So I would like to add that this 95 thing, this thing really hits me, when I followed my mom to their retirement event, where they'll give them awards, Lagos State and stuff. And then on our way back home, I now just asked her, just randomly, so what's left now? Like, after now, what is left? What do you say? I don't know. Then she now shared the story of a friend that when they were coming up together as teachers, the person started school, then she decided to have a 9 to 5. Now today, they have an alumni. When they were going to raise funds for something, and the woman said, give them 3.5 million, they should be fine. And then like, they wish me to put that back then too. After their school like her, by now, all of those things. And okay, and then so what we do for retirement? I'll do business, I'll do that one. It's a lie. She has a shop. Let me just make it put up. Everything is there. You see, when I wake up in the morning, I'll go to the shop, I'll be there. Sometimes I will call her to cry for happy but then you know, I want to share
that's the point I was making. That some people naturally they are not cut out to do business.
It is the mindset they had when
it's
they
like someone like I'm not cut out to do business.
I'm just like that.
I love to do business. I can't do business.
I know.
So people are like that.
I can't. She can't.
I don't believe.
I know. She can't.
How did you know that I cannot do
don't
business?
believe that some people are not cut out to do business. I don't believe that some people are not cut out to do business. I just believe that it's a mindset that they've had. Like one friend will tell me, when hungry catch you, you go enter road. It's just a mindset you've had about it, and because you are not just in a situation where you have to say, let me look for something to sell or to do. But when hungry catch you, according to my friend, you enter road.
Let me tell you my personal
and there's
example.
level of hungry.
Let me tell you my personal example. You know, I said something about not, you know, when things were not working and all of that. You know, so by training, I'm an IT person. So I will do IT. Then I realized that this IT, it wasn't giving me money anymore. It wasn't paying the bills. There was pressure. So a friend approached me and said, there's a fuel treatment that it makes your fuel to last longer, it helps your engine and everything. So we started hawking fuel treatment together. There was no way I did not hawk fuel treatment. In fact, there are times when I'm hawking fuel treatment and I will see someone that I know. I will jump fence to hide, and I will keep people. When the person leaves, I will go back and continue my business. With the fuel treatment, I ensure that I made 5K per week. Once I can make 5K per week, I will buy 1 kg of wheat, maybe 450 or 550, 1 kg of semo. When I buy everything, that one will last me for another 1 week. I will buy the fish, a lion, 3 of them. So what I'm trying to say is that when I get back home, all my IT ideas, I will still try to do it. But it wasn't paying my bills at that time. So my father, who happened to be a polygamist, and I thought, I am more educated, I am better, I am Christianly. My father fed everybody, all his wives, all his children. It was with my Koro highlights that I witnessed it. There is no way. I know that the economy is different, and I did not know how his life was when he was at my age at that time.
Exactly.
But then, how will I justify my decision if I cannot even do more than what he did? So I make sure that I was hawking fuel treatment without any reproach or repentance. You know, I was not ashamed, because at the end of the day, I fed my family. You know, we were not yet making babies at that time, but we had nephews, nieces living with us. Everybody ate. Nobody knew that something was going on. You know.
In fact, if we really have to go now, and you know.
No, I'm just quickly saying that that man, you know, that man in that movie that was just sitting at home.
Weight of pain.
There actually has to be something that he can
Yes.
do. He
Yes.
can support that woman.
I just feel he's a very lazy
choose not
person.
to. Yeah, exactly.
He's just a very lazy
person.
But in case I've not seen Weight of Pain, please go and see it.
We have Broken, Water Bottle, we have Third Party, we have Triggers, and we have what?
Weight of
Pain.
Prowess Production.
Prowess Pictures
Limited. Please
You know,
go and
be
see
blessed.
it.
When you go to
subscribe,
YouTube,
share, like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Yeah, so on YouTube, just search Prowess Pictures TV.
Yes.
And you'll see it.
And
subscribe, like, and share.
See it and give us your feedback. We are waiting.
On this note, we are all signing out. I'm signing out on behalf of all of us. So we'll come your way next time on Happy Family.
Family.
Okay.